Hey everybody, this is David with itsyourduty.com, D-U-D-E-Y, and I'm here again today bringing you the latest on information for dads, fathers, helping you out with your fatherly duties. Today we are going to talk about fear for a moment. Um, I had a eye-opening experience today. My daughter, my youngest, who is just a little over 1 right now, she was on a chair, and she was, babies, when they're first learning how to climb up on a chair, they kind of reach over under the chair, they try to grab the back of the chair, and they pull themselves up onto it. And so she's doing this, and she gets up, and then she wants to come back down. And so she tries to go back down the same way she came up. And in doing that, her feet couldn't quite touch the ground. They were maybe a half an inch from the ground. And I see this. I'm looking over and I say, "You can let go, sweetheart. It's okay. You're going to be okay. You can let go." But she doesn't. She doesn't understand, or she doesn't buy it. But she doesn't let go. So she's freaking out. She's screaming. She's crying. And I'm looking at this for 5-10 seconds while she's doing this, and just kind of taking it in and saying, "Wow, she was doing that because she felt that something was going to happen, and she didn't believe what I had to say, or didn't understand what I had to say maybe." But either way, I just felt like in that moment I realized how many times we as fathers have fear over our doubts and disbeliefs and worries, or our kids have fear over those same things. So the definition of fear is an emotion induced by a perceived threat which causes entities to quickly pull far away from it and usually hide. It is a basic survival mechanism occurring in the response to a specific stimulus, such as pain or the threat of danger. That is Webster's definition of fear. So, what is the perceived threat? If the perceived threat is that I'm going to be hurt, then the fear is introduced. Now, the only way that fear can go away is if the perceived threat is gone, or something can surpass the perceived threat. What would surpass that perceived threat? It would be trust or faith. Trust and faith that my dad is going to catch me if I fall. His words are true. I believe him. So when you're trying to overcome fear, whether it's in yourself or whether it's in your children, the way to overcome that fear is, I believe, trust, belief, and hope, faith, whatever you want to call it, whatever word you want to use there, in something bigger than your circumstances, something outside of your circumstances. The economy is real bad. I could have fear about that. Or I could have faith in my employer that they're going to see me through these hard times and it's going to be okay. I could have faith in myself and belief in myself that I'm strong enough to get through these hard times. I could have faith in something bigger than me. If you believe in God, or something along those lines. And I always, I definitely operate from a place of there's something bigger than me. I believe that there's things outside of what we can see, hear, taste, smell. But just that central idea that I can have faith in something that is bigger than my circumstances, whatever that thing would be. And I gave a bunch of different examples there. But for your children, then, they need to have faith and trust in you as dad. And the only way they'll do that is if you are that rock that I always talk about, that constant in the midst of storms. You are unwavering, unchanging. And listen, whatever happens behind the scenes happens behind the scenes. It doesn't matter if you got to retreat to a closet somewhere and just cry and dump your mess out, or call your buddies, or meditate, or pray, or whatever you do to get what's inside of you out, because it's just so full from constantly taking on everyone else's burdens. But you got to get it out, okay? And if you can do that properly, and you can remain that center, you can remain that strong rock, that solid ground that their feet are planted on, then they will have a much easier time overcoming any fear and obstacle in their life, because at the very least they know they can come to Dad with that fear and say, Dad, I'm afraid. This is what I got going on in my life right now. What should I do? So thanks for tuning in again. As always, I love your comments, your write-ins, your questions. So please keep them coming. And until next time, again, I'm David with itsyourduty.com. Thank you.